If you have a student who's learning multi-digit multiplication, chances are you may see them bring something home that looks like this. It's got boxes, it's got diagonal lines. Honestly, it looks a lot more like a Sudoku puzzle than it does a multiplication method, and you're left wondering, WTF? This is actually called the lattice method of multiplication, and today we're going to look at how it works, and then we'll also talk about some pros and some cons of this method. So let's look at how to use the lattice method of multiplication to multiply 29 times 67. So since we have a two-digit number times a two-digit number, we have to draw a rectangle and break it into 4 boxes. So we have 2 columns and 2 rows. Within those boxes, we have to draw diagonals across each of the smaller rectangles. So for a 2 by 2 problem, we're looking at 3 different diagonal lines that we're drawing in. Now, to start with the multiplication, we're going to start but in the upper left by multiplying 2 times 6. So of course we get 12. We're going to put our 1 from the tens place in the top triangle and the 2 from the ones place in the bottom triangle. Moving to the right, we can multiply 9 times 6. We're going to put our 5 from the tens place in the top triangle, 4 from the ones place in the bottom triangle. Now we're going to multiply 2 times 7. 14, put our 1 in the top triangle, 4 in the bottom triangle, and 9 times 7, 63, top triangle, bottom triangle. Now we're done with our multiplication, but we have to do some adding. So what we're going to do is we're going to add along each one of our diagonals. So first we're going to start in the bottom right corner with our 3. There's nothing else along this diagonal with the 3, so we just put it by itself down here. In the next diagonal, however, we have a 4, we have a 6, and we have a 4. So we have to add those together to get 14. Now we are going to put our 4 here, but we're going to carry our 1 over to the next diagonal. When we get to that diagonal, we have 1, 2, 5, and 1. So when we add those together, we get 6, 7, 8, 9. And then in our last diagonal, we only have a 1, nothing else to add, so we just put a 1 there. Now the answer to the problem we get by starting in the upper left, going down into the right, and just reading those numbers that we just put in, 1943. If we write those out, we get 1,943, and that's the answer to our multiplication problem. Need to see it again? Let's do an example with a 3-digit by a 2-digit number. So for this one, we have to draw 6 of those smaller rectangles, 3 columns and 2 rows. But our multiplication works exactly the same. We're going to multiply 3 times 5 to get 15, 4 times 5 to get 20, 2 times 5 to get 10, 3 times 8 to get 24, 4 times 8 to get 32, 2 times 8 to get 16. And now we're going to start in our bottom right with our addition. Don't add anything to our 6. 2, 1, and 0 gives us 3. 4, 3, 0, and 1 gives us 8. 2, 5, and 2 gives us 9. And we don't have anything to add to our 1, so we just put that in. Our answer, going from top left to bottom right, is 19,836. So let's talk about a couple of pros and cons to the lattice method of multiplication. One of the only pros that I can think of is that students really only need to know the multiplication facts. If they know their facts up to 9 by 9, they're going to be able to use this method. However, there are a couple of cons. First of all, this method really gives no place value understanding. It almost seems more of like a magic trick than something that they understand what's going on with these numbers. And that's a shame because there are some methods that really are great with giving place value understanding and let students really grasp what's going on. Also, students tend to make a lot of mistakes, not necessarily with the multiplication or the adding, but with the drawing of the boxes. It is a surprisingly challenging skill for many students to draw the boxes and the diagonals. And if they make a mistake, they're going to get the whole problem wrong. And they're not going to get it wrong because they don't know how to multiply. It's because they made a mistake in drawing boxes, which is not the most ideal situation. So this method is available for students who may need it. However, it's not really my favorite method of multiplication. So I hope that helped you understand the lattice method of multiplication. If you have anything that your child brings home from class that leaves you wondering WTF, please leave a comment down below and I'll address it in a future video. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.